Hey guys, Dan Heilman back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin. This may be your last chance to enter into this market at a reasonable price. We're going to go through some different things, Bitcoin dominance, some price targets, some warnings about volatility, all of that good stuff. So if you are enjoying the content, press that like button, interact with the channel, leave a comment, subscribe if you find these videos useful, and let's begin. So very first thing, we are hitting brand new all-time highs every single day. So we got 1, 2, 3 days in a row hitting a new all-time high. Pretty freaking awesome. We're just ripping out of these channels. Actually, in the Asia time, Asia stock market open, we were able to see a nice big push out of this channel. We've been following this ascending channel for a while, just like we were following it for a while back here. So we are getting up into almost 100K here. We are getting really close. Now, we might see some resistance at 100,000. So, you know, a lot of people are probably going to have some take profit at 100 grand. You know, I mean, if you look at the overall cycle so far, since the beginning of this year, where is the beginning? We got January down here. We were at 40,000. So we're up a nice 140% on the year. So we're doing very good here in terms of yearly performance. If you've been a long-term Bitcoin holder, you're doing very well. So Bitcoin dominance also is now just rising. So everyone who's looking for alt markets, they'll come as soon as this rally cools off. Usually what happens is when you have very high gains from Bitcoin, what will happen was you'll get up to, I don't know what the number will be. Could be 140, could be 120, could be $150,000. We're going to see a big push in the next couple months here, right? And what's going to happen is we're going to kind of stall out and even maybe slightly go down. And then you'll see our altcoins starting to run because people are going to take their profits from Bitcoin. They're going to move them into Ethereum and all the other altcoins. Ethereum is most likely going to be the first mover. You can see it's actually already moving. So that's a good sign. I was a bit worried about Ethereum settling below the 50% level at 3,100. That is not good. But if we go look at, you know, this is where we are right here, right? So if we look at, if we zoom in here to kind of this last cycle, right? We came up here, same exact thing. We kind of stalled out at the old all-time high, and then we saw a nice 123%. So if that's the same as what we have here, so if we go right here, 123%, you see, that's a very large number. So if we go from the all-time high right here, yeah, that would be $150,000 Bitcoin. So that's probably my minimum target for Bitcoin this cycle is 150,000. So this is kind of your last chance to get in before 100K. Now we will definitely see some pullbacks. So if you look at this other cycle here, this is the 2021 cycle. We saw the big run up from the all-time high of right here, went up 120%, and then we dropped dropped 30%. So you'll see a lot of volatility in these bull markets, and they're basically trying to shake you out of the position. So I'm sure we'll see a big run up. We'll see a big pullback to kind of fake people out. A lot of people will sell, and then we might even see a bigger a bigger push up, right? So we saw 123 down 30 and then up another 120%. So if we basically look at that same thing, that same target here, here's our all-time high. So if we pull one of these up, if this is our all-time high around right here, if we do this even remotely the same thing, let me give myself some more space because we need it. That would look like, let's say 120. Okay. And then we might see a pullback of 30% or so max, right? I mean, it could, I shouldn't say max because I shouldn't lock myself into that, because it could be more, it could be less, it could be 10%, it could be anywhere up to maybe 40%. We saw 50% in the last market, but I just don't think we have that because of just the amount of money. The more money, the more market cap you see in this, it's harder to have bigger pullbacks because you need a lot more money to move the market. But okay, if we look at the same targets, let's do 120, 30, 120. That puts us up to $233,000. So And that kind of aligns with what my target was. So if I look at the logarithmic analysis here, my top prediction is about 220. Now, if this ends up being some sort of a super cycle because of all the invested money, we could pull way higher than that. And I'm looking at a target of about September of next year. So we could have a lot left in this bull run. We will have lots of volatility no matter how you look at it. So this is going to be really interesting to see what happens here. Are we going to see similar gains to this last cycle here? Possibly. I hope so. So if we do see that, again, we're looking at almost a 240,000, somewhere between 220, 240,000. And that's not the top. That is, I think that's a conservative estimate, honestly. I think the 2021 cycle got cut a little bit short because of COVID and all that. You know, people were really struggling financially. So, you know, I didn't hear as much about Bitcoin, I feel like, as I did in the hype of 2017, 2018. I was here for this market, and this market was a blast. So if we look at, I think we already looked at that. Yeah. So this market back here was a big ripper, 5,000%. So, you know, the more money that gets in there, the harder it is to move. So we'll see what happens here. I'm getting a bit worried for pullbacks because it's been pretty much just up only for a long time now. I mean, look at what's our worst pullback so far. In this run is, what do we got here? We got a 7% pullback. We got a 9% pullback. So I don't know. I'm kind of expecting some bigger pullbacks starting sometime soon, but I'm also expecting a lot of upside. So, you know, volatility is going to go up. We're going to see a lot of up and down. You're going to, you know, big money's going to try to shake you out of your position multiple times. All I can say is, you know, strap in and hold on because we're going up. We're going up hard. That's all I'm saying. I think it's just beginning. So, you know, do we even really have retail in yet? Let's check Google Trends real quick to see where retail is. That's not what I wanted. Google Trends. Let's see what we got going on here. You should just pull up Bitcoin for me because you know that's what I'm looking for, Google. So let's see what we got going on here. We'll do the whole world, and we will do the past 5 years so we can see the cycles. Yeah. So we're literally only about, right now, currently, wow, we're only 46% of the max. So I think we're going to see when we hit 100K, there's going to be a lot of people talking about Bitcoin when we hit 100K. I think retail is going to start FOMOing in. If you don't know what FOMO means, it means fear of missing out. So I think people are going to see 100,000 Bitcoin. I've actually seen a lot of comments for some reason saying Bitcoin's dead, you know, back in, you know, the March area when we were going through all of those, you know, back here when we were going through all of this, I saw a lot of Bitcoin's dead cycle. I'll see you in 4 years, or I'll see you at 100K. I don't know why if you know it's going to 100K, why would you want to buy at 100K and not at 50K? That never made sense to me, but I have seen a lot of people comment that on other videos. So, we'll see what happens. I think 100K is coming, guys. I think it's coming soon, and I think that's only going to start it. I think we will see some pullbacks. I don't know if it's going to be at, you know, we could see a pullback at 108. We could see a pullback at 100. We could see one, you know, any of these time intervals in here, or price intervals, I should say, we could see pullbacks. Now, you'll notice that the altcoin market isn't doing crazy hot. Actually, it's doing a lot better right now than it was when I first checked this morning. A couple hours ago before the big rally, altcoins were bleeding pretty hard. It's because people are watching Bitcoin rip up like this while the altcoins kind of just hang out. Solana's been a great performer, but things like Rett and Fender, that's hilarious. FET and Render have just not been doing good. FET got crushed. They tried merging and everyone hated it, and there goes 30%. So we should see some love come into these altcoins. I'm thinking by January, but it could be as early as, you know, 2, 3, 4 weeks from now. You're basically going to want to watch this Bitcoin dominance. When this thing starts tanking, that's when alt season starts. I have another metric for you guys. Alt season index. We actually got a drop, didn't we? Yeah, we got a drop. So we were moving a little bit closer. Let's zoom in here. So here we go. The price of Bitcoin is the blue. The red is the altcoins alt season index, and it's basically just gains. It's basically just gains of alt season. So what you want to see is you want to see this metric start moving up, the red line up into this area. Once you get into here, then you know it is alt season. So that usually happens end of December, January, February, March. January, February, March are usually really good months for altcoins. Usually really good months. So if we do something like, let's do, yeah, okay, that's fine. So we're in our place here. We're in our place. ROI after the halving, you can see we are going up on this scale here. So we're kind of, you know, honestly, we're even a little bit below target. But again, you can see cycle 1, cycle 2, cycle 3, you can see we have kind of diminishing returns. So that's to be expected, but I don't know if we get retail adoption, maybe that goes out the window and we don't see diminishing returns. But anyways, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Be prepared for volatility. Get your orders in. If you want to trade on Bitunix, feel free to use the link in the description. I have a couple trades open right now. I have a SUI trade and I have a Bitcoin trade open. So Bitcoin, I actually took a little bit of profits here and here. I was expecting a little bit of pullback. You know, honestly, this has been a very tame Bitcoin market in terms of pullbacks. And so I have some orders on the book, waiting for some pullbacks to see if that happens. Let's go to something a little bit more than 5 minutes. So here's like the 8-hour chart. And you can see I have 3 orders. I have one way down here at like 78,000, just in case we get a crazy pullback. You know, 30% pullbacks are nothing for a Bitcoin bull market, and people need to remember that and protect themselves. Using leverage can hurt you a lot. But anyways, that's gonna be it for the video. If you want to leverage trade on Bitunix, the only legal exchange in America that I'm aware of, use the link in the description below. It gives you a huge discount on fees, and we have some big welcome bonuses up to $5,500 for newcomers. So feel free to use those links in the descriptions. I have some for Coinbase. I have some for Bitunix. If you want to buy low cap coins like meme coins, Bitunix is great. There's a lot of stuff in spot as well. And also, just having futures trading is amazing. I'm having a lot of fun with futures trading. So that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Any interaction with the channel really helps me out. Leave a comment. And that's it. Have a great day. See you guys.